Wall Street's trillion-dollar club has a new member, Microsoft. The company hit $1 trillion in market value for the first time today after its latest earnings report. Microsoft now joins Apple and Amazon as the only U.S. companies to ever reach that milestone. But how significant is it, and what does it say about the state of our economy right now? Ivan Feinseth is here to talk about that. He is Chief Investment Officer and Director of Research at Tigris Financial Partners. Good to see you. Welcome back.
You. Thank you.
I learned something today, and you taught it to me. The first company to hit $1 billion in market value was?
GE.
No, it was U.S. Steel.
U.S. Steel.
We'll get to GE in a second here. But 1901 is when they hit $1 billion. That must have been huge at that time.
Yes.
And then GE hit $100 billion for the first time in 1995. But now we have the trillion-dollar club. What does it say about the changing nature of our economy to see these companies now hitting $1 trillion?
Well, what was interesting about U.S. Steel and GE, they were manufacturing companies that were heavily capital intensive, financial capital intensive, where Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon are actually intellectual capital intensive. These three companies have tremendous returns on capital. Well, Amazon has the ability to create incremental additional return on capital. They all have significant excess cash and free cash flow that they continue to reinvest in their companies. And actually, all three of those companies should really accelerate returning cash to shareholders. They have such an abundance of cash. They have very little debt. The only reason these companies even have debt is because the cash that they earned overseas could not be brought back to the U.S. without paying tax. So what they did was they pledged that cash to debt and then have been buying back stock or paying dividends in the U.S.
Now, do institutional investors, which, let's face it, they're the ones that move the market, do they view a company differently when they hit a milestone like this, do you think?
Well, it's kind of just a number. It's a large number. It's been driven by their growth. And these three companies have very strong growth. And most importantly, very strong return on capital that continues to compound the growth of their equity.
So you don't think this will change the nature of the beast as institutional investors view these companies as investments then?
No, I think these are industry-leading companies. They are game-changing companies. I mean, if you look really at, like Larry Kudlow talks about Schumpeter, that companies that have disrupted, these companies have disrupted many industries and really improved life and brought down costs of so many things that they've changed the financial landscape of the world.
Who else joins the club, do you think, at some point?
Google, Alphabet. I mean,
they're a little late to the party, aren't they, right now?
Like $890 billion, but I think out of those four companies, I think that Alphabet is one of the cheapest and really has so many. They have the leading mobile operating system. The Android installed user base actually is significantly more than the Apple iOS user base. They have incredible autonomous technology. I mean, Waymo is estimated to be worth anywhere between 150 billion as much as 150 billion of their almost 900 billion in market cap. They are a dominant cloud provider, and they also are the dominant search provider with over 98% search market share, which is incredible.
Well, probably won't be long before they hit that number there. Ivan, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Ivan Feinseth with Tigris Financial Partners joining us tonight.